There's a moment when someone catches your eye, and it feels small on the outside, but something in you shifts in a way you didn't expect. It's not dramatic. It's quiet, almost private, like the world paused just long enough for you to notice them. You don't know why it happens with this person, and not the dozens of others you pass every day. Maybe it's the way they look at you like you're actually there. Maybe it's the softness in their voice or the spark in their laugh that makes something inside you lean a little closer. You might relate. Sometimes you meet someone who doesn't just enter your life. They slip into the spaces you didn't even realize were empty. They make ordinary moments feel charged, almost alive, like your mind is trying to tell you something before you've figured out what that something is. What you feel isn't random. There's a pattern beneath it, a set of signals and reactions happening inside you that quietly shape the way you move toward someone, even if you're not fully aware of it yet. And sometimes, the reason behind that pull isn't what you'd expect. When you fall for someone, it rarely starts with a lightning bolt. It's usually something subtle. They walk into a room, and your attention drifts toward them before you've decided to give it. Your mind notices small things, how they sit, how they smile, how their mood changes when they're tired. Their presence becomes familiar quicker than you expect. At first, it's curiosity, then it becomes comfort. And the more your brain connects them with safety or warmth, the more your heart starts reacting long before you find the words for it. People who fall in love often show signs without realizing it. The lingering glances, the way their voice softens, the slight shift in posture when the person walks closer. These changes look small, but inside, your brain is running a complex mix of chemistry and pattern recognition. It starts with attraction, not just physical, but the kind that sparks when someone's vibe aligns with something you've been quietly longing for. Maybe they carry themselves with ease. Maybe they listen in a way that makes you feel seen. Or maybe they remind you of a feeling you've been missing. You might relate to this. You meet someone and suddenly you're aware of yourself in a new way. Your heartbeat changes, your thoughts scatter, or you catch yourself replaying a moment later that night. It feels like your mind is highlighting them, as if to say, pay attention. While all of this is happening, your brain releases a blend of chemicals, dopamine, oxytocin, adrenaline, each shaping the way you experience the connection. But you don't feel them as chemicals, you feel them as excitement, comfort, nervous energy, or that warm, this feels right sensation. This is where the heart joins in. The more time you spend around them, the more your emotions build a map around their presence. Their voice becomes familiar. Their laugh becomes something you look forward to. Their little routines start syncing up with yours without either of you forcing it. Soon, you're not just attracted, you're attached. Attachment shows up in the way you notice their mood before they say anything, or how you think about them during random parts of your day. You grow attentive to their habits, how they drink their coffee, how they speak when they're tired, how they breathe when they're trying not to laugh. People who form strong bonds aren't just reacting to emotions, they're responding to needs. The need for safety, for connection, for being known. And when someone meets those needs in small, consistent ways, your bond deepens naturally, almost quietly. You might see this in your own life. Maybe you've been with someone who made you feel grounded during a stressful week, or someone who remembered the little details about you without trying. It's these moments that build attachment faster than anything dramatic ever could. What surprises most people is how heart and mind work together here. Your brain looks for patterns, but your heart looks for meaning. When both align, the connection feels deeper than anything you can fully explain. You're drawn to how they make you feel, understood, safe, excited, or even just less alone. This is why falling in love often feels like a story unfolding. You notice details first, the softness in their eyes, the way they lean in when you talk, the small habits that make them feel real and human. Then you start to understand why those details matter to you. Over time, emotional needs blend with attraction. Maybe you've been craving stability, and they bring calm. Maybe you've wanted adventure, and they spark new energy in your life. Maybe you've been longing for someone who listens without judgment, and they do it naturally. These needs don't feel like needs. They feel like ease, clarity, or comfort around them. They feel like a pull you can't fully rationalize. People often say they just knew, but that knowing is really your mind and heart agreeing that this person fits into a space you've struggled to fill. As the bond deepens, little things start to matter. The good morning texts, the check-ins when your day's been rough, the quiet moments where you feel at peace next to them. These behaviors aren't just sweet. They teach your emotions that this person is reliable, safe, and worth trusting. And trust is a huge part of love. Not the big trust, like sharing secrets, but the micro trust, feeling comfortable being yourself, showing your messy sides, admitting your fears, laughing without holding back. These moments create emotional fingerprints you can't duplicate with anyone else. People who fall deeply in love often reach a point where they feel both exposed and understood. That mix is powerful. It's the reason you find yourself wanting to open up, wanting to stay longer, wanting to bring them into your world. You might relate. Maybe you've had someone who made you feel braver just by being there, or someone who made you softer in the best possible way, or someone who made you realize how much you'd been holding back before they showed up. Love becomes a blend of instinct and intention. Your heart reacts, but your actions follow. You choose to care. You choose to stay. You choose to keep showing up even when life gets busy, messy, or confusing. And each choice strengthens the bond. At its core, love is a dance between your longing to be seen and your hope to be chosen. And when someone meets both, the connection hits deeper than any single moment ever could. Falling in love isn't just a feeling. It's a reflection of who you are, what you need, and what parts of you are finally ready to unfold. It's a quiet agreement between your heart and your mind that says, this person matters. The bond forms through tiny moments, the laughs, the glances, the warmth of being known, and these moments grow into something that feels bigger than you expected. They reveal your desire for connection, your capacity for care, and your willingness to trust again. You might relate to this. The people you've fallen for often show you something about yourself, what you crave, what you fear, or what you're ready to grow into. Love doesn't just connect you to someone else, it brings you closer to who you are becoming. If anything, falling in love reminds you that your heart is still open, still hopeful, still searching for meaning in the people you meet. And that alone is a sign of strength. Love starts quietly, but when it grows, it changes the way you move through the world, softer, bolder, and more aware of what it means to feel alive.